I want to show you how to play Could I Have This Dance by Anne Murray. If you want the letter notes for that, you can go right to LetterNotePlayer.com. I have them there for you. I want to start with the melody. It starts on a low E, E, octave, E, F sharp, E, C sharp, down to F sharp, then A, D, C sharp, B, F sharp, A, F sharp, G sharp, B, F sharp, E, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, down to F sharp, A, D, C sharp, B, F sharp, G sharp, A, and then two notes together, C sharp and E, B and D, and A and C sharp. That'll get you through the verse. Now the chorus is A, G sharp, B, A, F sharp, G sharp, A, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, D, C sharp, C sharp, B, A, C sharp, B, A, B, C sharp, B, A, E, B, C sharp, D, C sharp, B, A. Then I'll show you the left hand for that, but let's start off with the introduction. Now the introduction, just the way it's played on the recording, and then we're ready. Okay, so that introduction is A and C sharp, B, A, F sharp, E, and in the left hand we're going to have A, E, A, then an A7 sound. Now A7 is A, C sharp, E, G. All I'm going to play is the A, the E, and the G. So we go A, E, A and E and a G, then a B minor chord, B, D, F sharp, and it's actually a B minor 7th because the A is right here. And then we end with an E, B. So and then we're ready for the melody. Now put them together. So now I'll show you the left hand is going to be very similar to what we just played. A, E, A, A7, that A, E, and the G, D, A, D, E, B, E, D, A, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, E, A7, D, A, D, F sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, E, G, F sharp, G sharp. So sometimes we'll have that E, F sharp, G sharp, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go right into the verse, and I'll go slowly. So when I go down to this, what we're actually playing is we're playing a third, only we're playing it an octave apart, so it's a 10th. A very nice sound. And then it goes on to the melody. So here when we get to this D, we're actually having a D chord, D, F sharp, A. The melody is right here, D. And there we've got an E chord without the G sharp in there. Then we we got this again. We got the 10th in there. So we're playing an octave apart. And then here we've got 2 notes that goes to a duet. And then just a little interlude with it. And then we're into the chorus. So when we've got this D, E, F sharp, and F sharp, G sharp, A, C. I'm going to play that much up to tempo so that you can hear it without me talking. The piece, but let's go through the chorus there. So the chorus, we've got A, E, and then A7, D, A, D, D, A, D, E, B, E, and then an E7. E7 would be right there. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and I'm going to play the E7 chord, E, B, D, and then D, E, F sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, same thing. A, E, A. So when we get to the end of the chorus, we're going to go A, E, and then A and C sharp, and then D, E, G sharp, A, E. And then we'll kind of arpeggiate that and count it right up there. So we've got. So I go all the way down to the E right here, and I already have the rest of the chord, A, C sharp. So I just keep my bass out of the way and let the melody take that E. So we're in an A sound. Now we have D's together, then an E and a C sharp, up to the G sharp. Go on up. Now if you're going back to the second verse, then you go right to an E chord, which is E, G sharp, B, E, or you can play this. So you can play an E chord there, an E7. So if you get to the end and you want to go back to the second verse, so some kind of an E chord there. I actually like. I actually like to go to that. And then you're right back into the second verse. There you have the ending for Could I Have This Dance by Anne Murray.